The organization I observed was the Queens women's lacrosse team. Communication is very important in lacrosse because players need to communicate to each other about who to defend and where to go, and everyone needs to know where the ball is at all times. The culture of the lacrosse team is they work hard in everything they do, whether it is conditioning, lifting, practicing, or playing in games. Cultural elements on the team include artifacts. There is a set dress code for every single day of the week. Practices, there is a list of team rules, practice rules, communication rules, and game day rules. And metaphor, the team is considered a family. Anticipatory socialization occurred before each player joined the team as a freshman. Everyone had an overnight official visit as a senior in high school where they got to hang out with the team for a day. The encounter is when you join the team as a freshman and everything is new to you. Metamorphosis takes place when you have transitioned from an outsider to an insider and you are accepted. Decision making happens when the coach calls a play to run on offense or a defensive set to be in on defense. An example of intergroup conflict is when two people have a disagreement on the lacrosse team. Organizational change took place on the team last year, when a new head coach and assistant coach were hired after the old coaches were let go. The different leaders on the team are the captain, Jenna, Coach B, the head coach, and Coach Claire, the assistant coach. Through observing the team, I was able to see the different elements of organizational culture taking place.
What type of culture would you say the team has?
The Queens women's lacrosse team, I say, has a 0 to 100 real quick culture. We give 100% on the field, and we always have each other's back.
What is the dress code for team lifts and practices?
For team lifts and practices, we have a set dress code schedule for each day. The whole team wears the same shirt and shorts, and if we don't, we get punished with running.
Do you consider the team as a family?
Yeah, I consider us a family. I know that everyone on the team always has my back, and I'll always have everyone's back on the team.
What are some team rules?
If we don't go to class, we have to do it 5 at 5, which is 5 miles at 5 in the morning. Everyone has to go to study hall that has a 2.5 or lower, and all freshmen. There's no swearing. Oh, and we have a 48-hour drinking rule.
How have you transitioned onto the team as a freshman?
It was really hard at first, but coming onto a team that was really close, but after the first couple practices and couple weeks, they all welcomed me and I love them all.
What was the socialization process like when you joined the team?
Well, first it was hard because when you come in as a freshman, you feel like, oh, I just have my buddy. That's it.
And then everyone's welcoming, and then you have a great time.
Yeah, and then you start to play, and then you get through fall ball, and then it's all fun and games.
And then comes season, and then
you just get to know how people are and how they play, and you get to know how everyone's different, but we're all come together and make it fun. Yeah.
How do you guys decide what offense or defensive play to run?
Well, we usually for defense start out in a zone, and then our coach will call if we want to play man depending on how their attack looks. And for attack, our coach will name the play that we do, and then the rest of the team will communicate it.
How does the team deal with conflict?
I think our team's especially good in communicating. We usually communicate what happened, what the problem is, and we all work together to find a way to solve the conflict or work out another way we can fix something.
How was the transition last season playing under a new coach?
It was different. We all had to get used to it, and I guess for the freshmen it was a good thing because technically everyone was freshmen because we didn't know the coach, how she was going to act, what to expect. So it was hard at first, but after a while when we got to know her and had a couple practices and we got right used to it, and it was good.
What were some challenges and how did the team react?
Some challenges were the different drills. We had just all learned new plays from our old coach, so then we had to kind of scratch that and then learn all the plays that our new coach had in her mind and all the new conditioning drills. We weren't used to those, so we didn't know what to expect. But other than that, it was fine, and we had different rules and all that stuff. But other than that, there was really nothing too bad that we had to adjust to as much. So,
what makes a good leader?
Somebody who has a good voice and knows how to talk to people. They're respected by others and they can respect everybody else. They are a good role model, so people look up to them.
As the captain, what type of leader are you?
I think I'm a leader that leads by example and works hard on and off the field and hopefully everyone recognizes it and tries to follow.
As a goalie, how are you a leader?
As a goalie, I am a leader because I help out with the communication, and the defense, I help initiate the talking. I help out where the ball is, and I'm pretty much the anchor on the team.
We represent!